Welcome back, brothers, to Getting Swole. Episode 13 here, back and rear delts, starting it off with some bodyweight pull-ups. All right, first set, added a PR, +1. All right, got 13 for the first set last time. This time got 14, okay? No weight or no need to add weight just yet. Really want to master these, maybe get up to about between 15 and 18 in a row for a first set with the body weight before I get to adding any weight. You know, I'm a bit heavier now and it's just a lot harder than it used to be. So I want to master lifting myself up first. And then of course I'll add weight. You know, I'll go to like, let's say 15 pounds first, then 25 pounds or something. Who knows? Maybe I'll just jump right to 25 pounds because the last time I did do 25 pounds about a month ago, I was able to get more than 7, that's like a number I usually like getting for my first set on most of my movements, is at least 7 or more than 7, because that's where I've seen the most growth after training for this many years. So that's the number I usually like to get. So yeah, might just jump right to 25. Got set 2 here, got 13, another PR because that was what I got for the first set last week. And that was all that was really needed for this movement. You know, doing pull-ups really makes my forearms very sore. Okay. Lat pull downs do as well, but pull-ups just a bit more because they're a lot harder. That's just the way it is. After that, went on to the low pulley row you see right here. And I don't know what happened. I did 2 sets of this with the same weight, 205. And I guess I just forgot to record the second set or something, or maybe this was the second set. I don't know what happened. I uploaded my footage to my computer and it was missing. I don't know where it went. So apologies for that, but I did do 2 sets. Now, like I said, 205 for both of the sets I did. Got 10 the first set and then 11 the second set. Okay, not much to say about this. Really just warming myself up for the movements I do later, like barbell row and deadlift. Right here, going to dumbbell rear delt fly. All right, set 1, went back to the 70s. All right, if you guys remember, I increased the weight last time with the 70s, went up 5 pounds, and I ended up getting 11 here. So I think that's adding 1 from last week. Last week, I'm pretty sure I got 10, and then I did 2 partials at the end. And then for set 2, I decided to do something a little different, and that is to do seated dumbbell rear delt flies. Okay, so just taking the legs, the hinge, completely out of the equation here, and just trying to focus on the contraction. All right, you guys can see right here, just using my rep bench and really focusing on that, right? Leaning forward a little bit, trying to get a little bit of momentum, but you are a lot weaker when you take your legs completely out of it. So I had to drop down to the 40s here, and I got those for 12 reps with 2 partials at the end. If you were to ask me which of these movements I prefer, I couldn't really tell you. Okay, for throwing weight around, really getting up there in weight, I would say the standing one, but for feeling a great pump, I would definitely recommend this one. You know, there's like positives and negatives to both, all right? There's not one that's better or worse. It's just like there's a trade-off. You know what I mean? Like with most things, there's a trade-off. And I don't have a nice fancy rear pec deck fly, so can't really add that in. But if I did have that, I would absolutely do that. I'd probably do that as a warm-up before I did, let's say, the standing dumbbell rear delt fly. I just love that movement. That's probably like the machine that I miss the most from going to a commercial gym. I did try to look into getting one, but you know, I really had no luck with that. Alrighty, onto the barbell row. If you guys remember last week, I did the first set very quick, and I did 245 for like 15 or 16. So I was like, you know what? This week, first set, let's do 275, and let's also do that quick. Ended up getting 12, okay? Just really trying to throw the weight around, not really focusing on contraction or being controlled or whatever in the negative. Right here, this is 245, and this is where I was trying to be a little more controlled, and it felt good. All right, I ended up adding 2 to what I did last week when I did 245 for controlled. I got 11 here. Only got 9 last week, so that is a huge improvement. And then I finished with 2 partials. Really feeling good on this movement. Not a lot of guys like this movement because, I don't know, I always hear just gibberish about spinal erectors or whatever. I don't know, it's like, you know, you put on a Dr. Mike video or whatever, Jeff Nippard video, you know, oh, this is overrated. Do the pen lay row, okay? And these are 2 completely different workouts, I think. I actually don't really like the pen lay row. It just doesn't really feel that good. I can actually do some decent weight on it, but I just don't really care for it. You know, I see way better results doing more of a Dorian Yates style barbell row. It just feels so much better. And it's a lot more fun too. Like, who even has fun doing a pen lay row? And if you are taller like me and you have longer limbs like me, you're going to find that pen lay rows are actually hard. All right, we're not all 5'5", 5'4". Okay, so some movements are going to be a little more challenging for us, and then other ones are going to be less so, and probably more challenging for the guys who are, let's say, 5'5", 5'6", or whatever. So you really got to know yourself, and again, make the trade-off. All right, make the decision. What's going to work best for you? Then I got some low back deadlift here for you guys. Basically just an RDL, stiff leg deadlift or whatever. Went up 10 pounds on this. All right, this is 335 I did, and I got 9 reps. So that's a new weight. And I wrote PR down, but I would just say a new weight. I know I got 325 for either 10 or 11 last week. So to get 9 here of 335 felt really good. All right, I was wearing the elbow wraps for that set, and probably not going to do that anymore. They did not feel good wearing them for a deadlift. All right, I really think they're only for things like dips, bench press, or whatever. So that was a mistake, but was able to get the number, and it was moving quickly. All right, lower back is getting very, very strong. Now on to the old school secret recipe for massive chest, massive thorax. We got the dumbbell pullover here, and one of my buddies was telling me that he found a gym that had the Dorian Yates Nautilus pullover machine. You know, that pullover machine that I used in that one video that I reacted to? He said he saw a gym, or he went to a gym and they had it. And I was like, whoa, that's awesome, because I've never seen that, and most people I talk to have also never seen it. So to find out that that's at a public gym somewhere, that's pretty cool, all right? Because I know it's a very old machine and very hard to get your hands on it. When you can, it's probably ridiculously expensive. But yeah, that is the video, guys. And I always do this for a set of 20. Always like doing 20 with this. And this is 75 pounds right here. Probably going to go up next week. This was not that challenging. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back probably tomorrow with the next video. So stay tuned for that. If you guys like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Thank you, guys.